Hello and welcome to the Survivor Canberra Backbenchers podcast. I'm Charlene, and with me tonight I have the very infamous Tuddy.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, so tonight we are unpacking season 4, episode 4. And I think we'll start off with just talking about Battleback Challenge. What are your thoughts on what happened over at how do we say it? The Grasslands of
Grasslands of
Gloom.
Gloom. I don't know how people struggle with it. I'm like,
We're not
Grasslands of
all
Gloom,
perfect.
Grasslands of Gloom, Grasslands of Gloom. I feel like it's an easy one to say.
No, I feel like Daniel Moore is setting us up between
Yeah,
Grasslands of Gloom and what is it? The something of sadness.
the Swamp of
The
Sadness.
Swamp of Sadness. I should
The
remember.
man loves alliteration.
He does. He does. But
Rolls
yes,
off the
what
tongue.
do we think of the Grasslands of Gloom and what's taken place there right at the start of the episode?
Well, I've had a very busy weekend, so I've only actually watched it this afternoon. So it's still like very fresh in my head. I do love the concept of a battle back, especially
Mm,
in an LRG where people get an opportunity to show their stuff if they kind of didn't get an opportunity early in the game. So
absolutely. And it's a
I
season,
love
second chances, third chances, all the chances, right?
exactly. And that's the thing. Like some of the best players have come
Mm,
from being eliminated earlier in the game as well. Like
mhm.
even like one of my favorite players in US Survivor is Kelly Wentworth, who got notoriously like eliminated early in her first season and then absolutely came back to destroy her next season. So it's a lot of people have potential that just don't get an opportunity to show it, mainly down to like luck or to something that's happening. So I'm glad that the eliminated contestants get that opportunity to run it back and
Me
have a
too.
decent stab at it.
Especially because, I mean, so at the moment, right, in the Battleback Challenge or in the Grasslands of Gloom, who we've got is Jasmine, Simon, Ben, and Haley. So two of those
And the
people,
kangaroo poo.
and the kangaroo poo. How could we forget?
Don't forget the fifth. Got more screen time than some other people.
Absolutely. The kangaroo poo has not got a purple edit this time around. But yeah, like two of those people are returnees, right? So
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Like in a game where this is all about chances, you can see that this is so important, particularly to people like Simon and Haley going into this
yeah,
challenge.
exactly. And I think it makes coming back that little bit more kind of tempting to know that even
Mhm.
if you do have a target painted on your back, that there is another option to the end of the game rather than having to like slog it through.
Absolutely. And I just feel like they've got more fire in their bellies as well
Yeah.
because of it. Like
You can see the
they've got,
passion. Like even
yeah.
when Haley won hers, she like dropped to her knees and you could just tell how much it meant to her.
Oh my
Even
God.
Ben, who was like a bit of a larrikin throughout the whole thing, like I'm gonna miss his
White
confessionals and
Christmas.
yeah, you could see the disappointment on his face when he dropped, even though he likes to like kind of keep up that larrikin character. I could still see how much it meant to him when his balls dropped. Oh my, you can't like say it without the innuendo. Like so many ball jokes.
I mean, I feel like you just dropped one yourself.
Yeah, I fell straight into the trap.
Oh dear, that is so funny. I'm sure Dan and Liv will love the sexual innuendo,
Yeah.
even if it was unintentional.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
even do it on purpose. I was planning on dropping a few, but that one I didn't even mean.
it's just coming so natural to you now.
Yeah.
But yes, I did very much love Ben's little sing along moment where he led the crew to sing White Christmas, and Simon jumped in and gave him some
Yeah.
backing vocals as well.
I
I
love
personally,
the juxtaposition between like Simon and Ben, who are just like singing and joining in, and then it just cuts straight to Jasmine and Haley, like full
dead
serious,
serious.
locked in. It's just like between the two. It's so funny to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, it clearly did them favors. I think it looked like Ben went pretty quickly after the challenge got a bit more intense, followed by
Yeah,
Simon.
the back of the hand. That's
Yeah,
rough.
I would have been out in a second.
Yeah, I feel like you have so much control this way, but that way is
Yeah,
yeah. I'm shocked that they like even with the transition,
I
it
know.
looked sketchy there for a little bit, but they kind of all pulled it back and kind of all made it to that first little bit.
Yeah. Ben, so hang on, sorry, not Ben. Will is saying it meant a lot to him. Are you talking about Simon or Ben?
Yeah, I can't decode that.
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
geospatial scientist, pull it together, Will.
we need basic English over here, Will. We are not that smart. But yes, it was such a beautiful moment seeing Hayley win that. Like, I'm hoping that Hayley does so well and is able to go back into the game, because obviously
Yeah,
this means that Hayley still has to stay in the battle back zone. We'll still have
yeah.
to face more people later down the track. When that happens, we don't know. But it was just such like a rewarding win, and it was so rewarding as a viewer to watch it as well.
If she can pull it off, though, that would be an epic return to win multiple in a row. It's like
100%.
yeah, it's giving Matthew from like Redemption Island, just like winning after winning after winning. So I hope that that's her story where she can just keep pulling it out. I'm rooting for her, especially like she's in my draft as well. So my
Yeah.
draft has copped a thrashing over the past little bit. So
Oh no.
I'm
Oh
hoping Hayley
no.
can pull through.
Hopefully Haley doesn't have the tutty curse then. I
Oh,
don't know who Matthew is from whatever season that was, but I hope that my poker face showed that I feel like I pretended that I did.
so Survivor
Blue Matthew.
knowledge. It was like season 22, and he made it back in, and then they just voted him out straight away. It was
You could
ruthless.
tell me anything and I would nod and agree right now. Like,
Yeah, it's just smile and wave.
exactly. So in another drastic turn, not on the episode, Will has spilled pasta all over his laptop.
I love the dedication of people watching this while they're cooking dinner. We tried to do it a little bit earlier for everyone so people can get to bed at a normal time. Like we know people have jobs. I've
Yeah.
like turned into a bit of a grandpa going to bed early as well. So I'm loving the time swap.
I
But
mean, there's been
appreciate
no
the
difference.
dedication of the crew still tuning in.
This pairing is terrible. Who?
This
Us.
pairing is
Rude.
trouble.
That is so. Oh,
Password on a laptop or me and Charlene?
can't read.
I feel like we've just discussed Battleback and it's already been like a long time.
Oh God. All right, let's move on to the next thing. How about we talk about what is going over at the Blue camp?
Blue tribe. It's literally
Yeah.
just blue, blue, blue. It's only the one red that's been voted off so far. But the dynamics have changed a little bit as well.
Mm,
Especially with the tribe swap. We got to see a little bit more of that in this week's episode. It was still episode 3, like we just saw the change and it was kind of still navigating those waters. But I think we've seen some lines get drawn where people are sticking to tribal lines and original tribal lines,
yeah.
which like people are calling out as a little bit boring too. I kind of do agree with Rose, but I can see the side as well of sticking with your alliance. So hopefully it's not just a blue massacre. I'm hoping that they can pull it back and we can start to see some new kind of dynamics and some new relationships form
I
outside
don't
of those
know
original
if
tribal
I'm
lines.
just really tired, but are we talking about the same blue tribe that's already gone through a tribe swap? Because,
I think I mean original blue.
okay, I was like,
I'm still like, when I say blue, I'm focusing on original blue and original red.
oh my God, this is hilarious. I don't know how we're going to make it through this episode alive.
Good thing we're interviewing people. They can they can kind of take the reins and steer us back in.
But yes, so going to the tribe swap, and we've got people on the new blue tribe, blue 2.0. I feel like we are seeing some new alliances forming, right? Like,
Yeah, you can kind of see the seedlings starting to sprout a little bit. Like they're still not kind of
we've
like
got
as out there, but they're starting to take root.
Yeah, I think the thing is that, the original Croissant 4, there's three of those people in the new blue tribe, right? So I feel like that's setting a little bit of the tone for what's going on. But it's interesting to see that Will and Derek have now met with Mars, and they've got the Melbourne Lads Alliance, or whatever they're
Yeah.
calling themselves. And it's interesting because before the tribe swap, Anthea and Nat weren't necessarily working together, but since the swap, I'm starting to see that they're, building their own little alliance as well.
Yeah, and you can also see the dynamic of like that conversation with Mars and Anthea. It's just like you can just see both of them are like hardcore gamers, and their
Oh
wheels are
yeah,
just
they're
turning,
so
and they're just
smart.
clocking each other like instantly. And it's just like the stare off. Like I feel like who's going to shoot first? I feel like that's going to be a bit of a
Genuinely.
battle.
And I feel like both of those people are very comfortable with like silence and just like looking at each other. I would be very intimidated if I had to,
Oh, I would just talk for the sake of it, like to try and fill that whole gap. I'd just be
like us
spouting
right now.
shit. Yeah. But like I feel like they said just bring Ben on now. He would make us worse, I feel.
I think that was the point. Like there's no difference.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So
You gotta bring a bit of fun to the game review.
lots of things about boys, but Deli's trying to make some work as well. She's trying to make some headway with some alliances. So
Yeah.
I feel like there's bits and pieces forming over at Blue, and I feel like we won't really know how solid those things are until they have to go to tribal council if they have to before a merge.
Exactly.
So
Like it's still early days in the swap as well. And we did see like Rose kind of say that she got swap screwed again.
yeah,
So, but one thing I'm actually enjoying is there isn't like a clear let's get the returnees out alliance, which is the thing that I was kind of worried about at the start of the season was that it was just going to be a whitewash against returnees. I like that they've kind of blended and blurred those lines between alliances, and it doesn't really matter. People are seeing it as like a valuable thing rather than a hindrance.
yeah.
So I'm liking that we can see alliances between newbies and returnees. I feel like they're giving them a bit of a chance to see their game evolve.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much more opportunity as well. Like, I understand that people might feel like, oh, these people have had their chance already, but all of these people went pre-merge, right? All of these returnees have gone pre-merge. So they haven't really had their full opportunity. So I'm really enjoying that some of these returnees, like they look like they're going to do really well. Like I see somebody like Aston setting himself up really well for success. Anthea's setting herself up really well for success. I think these two are in the like long game, right? And
are they setting themselves up too well though is my question as well.
I mean, equally are at the center of each of their tribes. Yeah.
Like I think Aston's kind of strategy from the start was to blend in and let other people make the decisions. And he's kind of said in his confessionals as well, he's been leading like the last three, which is like so accurate. So I'm curious to see how that pans out long term. But he's absolutely killing it. Like his game is so different this time as well. You can just see like
absolutely. His social game is on point, and he's
like
so
a Charmander his first season. He's like full-blown Charizard now. Skip Charmander, straight to Charizard. Love it.
The only reference I actually understood is not a Survivor reference. So can a leopard really change this? Sorry, I should stop. Yeah, it's a good point. Like there is that element of like he's gone in wanting to play a bit more under the radar, but we all are innately who we are, and I think I did a pre-recorded interview with Simon, which we'll show a little bit later because he wasn't able to join us live tonight, and he talks a little bit about that too. So I'm interested to see what everyone has to say about that.
Yeah. Well, I suppose like that's we've kind of like talked about the battle back. Like,
Mm.
obviously, the result was that Haley took it out, and you can like kind of see the devastation on everybody
Mm.
else's faces as well. And then that kind of like leaves us.
I think Will's made a really good comment here. That there's this scene with Aston's telling Janine that Mars, Bree, and Jordan were on the top of a brew. Um, and it's just like definitely trying to take that
Like,
threat level off your
turn
back.
put
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spotlight
yeah.
on someone else.
Yeah. I
I'm
wonder how.
loving. Sorry, go.
No, you go.
Oh, mine was on another thing, so continue with that if you had something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I wonder how many people actually believe that, right? Like you're talking to some pretty switched on people.
Yeah, and they're cluey as well, especially Brie. Like, you can tell in her confessionals that she's clocking some stuff as well. I love how
Oh,
brutal and to the point Brie's confessionals are. Even my favorite quote from the entire episode
yeah.
was Brie calling Mushy an NPC.
What?
Like, Brie
Oh,
called Mushy an NPC.
oh my God. I actually didn't know what that meant, and Jay had to translate it for me. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this personally. It doesn't align with my values.
Oh, but and then like Brie as well. I swear, like I'm just starting my own Brie. Like I've got a few counts going on. Brie's fuck bombs, like or f bombs that she drops, or like that counts going up. Jordan's saying that he's stressed. That's like going up. It's like
I feel you, Jordan. I'm always stressed too. And also, like to be fair to Brie, I also drop f bombs all the time. So you know.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Ruthie
We,
also had to Google what NPC was. NPC is like non-playable character. It's like when you're playing a video game
I just
and they're just
said
like those
that.
ones that just have like one line that you like go to them and they say.
I feel like people have said this about Mushy, like they don't get her, and I don't see it. I don't get it. I think people are just really intimidated by the fact that there is a very intelligent, articulate, and measured human being, and people aren't used to somebody so measured. And she's very intentional with what she has to say. So everything she says has a purpose and a meaning behind it. I think people just don't know how to play with that. They're like, oh, she must be
Yeah.
lying. She must be
I
conniving
think
or
in a
something.
game context, though, especially for Survivor fans that watch, you
Hmm.
want people to give you something in return, like a conversation that kind of has different
Nah,
options. So I kind of do get where Bree's
I,
coming from in that
I
aspect.
get
Like,
what
as a
you
traditional Survivor player,
mean.
but Survivor players have evolved as well. So there's a lot of different types. And I think it's being able to adjust
Yes.
and work with different types of people.
And I think that's what I'm trying to say, right? Like, we're talking about one type of Survivor player, but I think the beauty of Survivor, and especially the beauty, I would say, of Survivor Canberra, is that we have such different people getting cast. So, if you're really a good social player, you should be able to like work with all different types of people. So, I just love you, Brie, but I think calling someone a non-playable character, if that's what the reference is, I don't know. Like, I think the right people will play with Mushy. She's
Yeah.
worked it out so far. Like, she should have gone home so many rounds ago. But we also haven't talked about the fact that she picked up the totem and she went to the desperation station.
Yeah, she's doing like a lot of good moves, but also I kind of do like this is the thing, like we're seeing the episode from everyone's perspective, so we can see like
Mm.
a big picture. At the same time, I can kind of see like even how Mushy keeps saying like Rose voted for her and she
Mm.
didn't, and then like Rose is in like an alliance with other people or like saying it to them. You kind of get this blurred image of Mushy. Like if I was a player, I would kind of have like this like lens over her. Like I don't know if she's playing hard. I don't know. I feel like she's a harder player to read
Yeah.
from an
Well,
outsider perspective without looking at everyone's point of views.
yeah, yeah. I think she's just not the typical type of player that people are
Oh
used to
yeah,
playing
of
with.
course.
And
And I
I
love
think
that's why I love Survivor Canberra because get to see all these different types of players and the evolution of players.
100%. And I love the challenge as well. Like Rose is one of the most, if not the most strategic player, we've seen on Survivor Canberra so far. So for her to be able to be stumped by how to deal with this relationship, like in some ways I'm like, oh, I feel for Rose, but in another way I'm like, I kind of love it too, because it's like, let's put that strategy to play, right? Like let's put that strategic mind to give her a challenge to work with. And ultimately, unfortunately for Rose, like I feel like gone too soon, but it results in her versus Mushy, and I think people are a bit worried.
Played him at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. Rose admitted that she completely forgot about that totem. Mushy knew exactly what was going on. So a very aware, alert, kind of thinks about those things that other people might forget in a fast-paced game context.
Derek has said everyone has to be careful about how they speak about my final two alliance, and I've got your back. I've got Mushy's back. You're all good.
I'm just playing devil's advocate from both sides.
I just think that the best kind of player will be able to play with everyone, and
Exactly,
like
yeah.
they'll want the challenge thrown at them. So,
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a VIP entering the chat. Well, a bombshell.
Decided to show up. Come in and derail us a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Well, probably with that, did you want to cover off on anything else before we go into that sort of
No, like a lot of the stuff is after, like, post Grasslands of Gloom. So I'm happy to go in and have a chat with these players. We still have a little bit to talk to. I want to get more into the totem, but I'm happy to do that after.
Sure. And we can ask these questions of some of the players as well. So with that, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, Simon unfortunately couldn't join us live tonight, but I did do a pre-recorded interview with him. So if you will help me out, Tuddy, we will now be able to show you that. But feel free to keep commenting. Hello, Simon, and welcome to the Backbenchers podcast. Thank you so much for making time to meet with me and to have a chat today.
Welcome, Charlene. Always good to catch up.
Absolutely. And obviously, you're one of my favorites. I enjoyed thoroughly playing with your wife on season 1, so I'm glad that it was me that got to have this chat with you.
Cool. Shame she didn't go deeper, because she's very clever. Anyway.
She's extremely clever. She's extremely clever, and definitely someone I wanted to work with in the long run. But today is all about you and your game, season 4, obviously. And, we can touch on things from season 2 as well if you want to. But Simon, what was it like? You're obviously a returnee. You played really well in season 2, and then you were cast again. I think in your Meet the Cast interview, you said you're giving the fans what they want, and I agree. So you were back to celebrate the injustice that was done in season 2, and to have your time again in season 4. So how was it being a returning player?
What I just want to say first is I'm not that narcissistic. I don't believe I have any fans, but anyway, that was tongue in cheek.
You definitely do.
Got to be good TV. Got to be good TV.
Absolutely.
How was it? Well, I knew I'd be up against it, because you're just an easy target when you're second time around. And I'm hard to. I don't blend in. Unfortunately, believe it or not, that was me trying to blend in and just be nice and easy going. But I'm very communicative, and that probably busted me in the end.
I feel like we've had some good chats before, Simon, and one thing I love about you is you have this great dry sense of humor, and I feel like I don't see people getting that on your season. Is there a reason for that? Because you're just such a likable human.
Well, I just rewatched the episode 2 then, just to refresh my memory, and I think that came through, that people said I was likable, but you're just trying to fit in, like you're just trying to sneak around as best you can, and I'm not very good at sneaking around, unfortunately. Clearly, like the first time I came on, I was not talking to enough people. The second time I was talking to too many. And then, I just listened to some of that feedback then, and people said they don't know where I sit. And I know why that was, because I got caught early, and I stupidly took a challenge that there was only Jasmine and and I limited my options. Anyway.
It's a hard decision to make. When I was watching that episode, I was thinking, I would do the same thing, because I was like, I don't think I'd be able to perform well for the tribe if I chose the other ones, not knowing what the challenges are going to be. But, you could see clearly that some people were strategizing, like they wanted to go with the numbers, and it's kind of hard. But you talk about, as a returner, you've got a bit of a target on your back. So now that you're watching a few of the episodes, obviously some returnees, it looks like they might not indeed have a target on their back right now. What do you think has been the difference between people that maybe are gunning for returnees, or like returnees that are, as you said, you might have a target on your back because of that, and people who are kind of getting out of that, or getting that target off their back? What was there something, do you think, in your game that you could have done differently to get that target that you say was on your back off your back? That was a very long-winded.
Absolutely. It was a long-winded question. It's okay. Look, I looked at what the season, the episode again, and I look and go, the other returnees are nice and quiet, and they're not saying names, and they're listening, and they're just better listeners than me. I try to engage with people, and I'm happy to talk with people, and I reckon that just made me a bigger target. Instead of having, in that regards, I should have been a better listener and sat and been Switzerland, and then moved around with the mate I had. Conversely, though, I look at, and I was just thinking then, I probably didn't make my thoughts or try to align myself. I tried to be able to talk to people to start with, but they're already forming alliances in episode 1 and episode 2. Sometimes the dynamic is just sit there and be chill, and these conversations happen organically. But this one was a moving and shaking right out of the blocks.
It happens so fast.
Yep.
Especially over, a short 2-day version, right? You don't have the luxury of, 40 days like US Survivor, or 55 days in Australian Survivor. Like, you have to do it within the first few minutes. It's crazy. But so talking about alliances, obviously you started to build a really good alliance with Ben. Who were the people that you were wanting to work with, and why do you think some of those conversations worked and maybe some of them didn't?
I probably didn't stick my neck out, is the reality. I mean, I was talking to Natalie. I was talking to Ben. I was trying to get around. I made the mistake of not really talking to Rose, because I was too busy trying to move. I mean, you look at those 2 episodes, and that all happens in an hour and a half. Like, it just moves so quickly. You got to understand, it's just on the whole time, and you can't stop. You can't. There's not a moment to rest. It's not like you're sitting around, on an island, and it's days and days. That's just on and running.
And there's just no time for. It's not just physical rest, but mental rest. Like, I find it really difficult, because I'm the type of person who, like, I'll think about something, I'll have a conversation, and then I'll go away, sit away, have a moment for my own time. But you just don't get that in this game. So obviously, that led to you getting voted out, which then meant you went to the Battleback area, and you had to fight for your life there. So what were your thoughts going into the Battleback area? What was your plan then?
Can we just wind it back just before that question? Sorry.
Absolutely.
And I want to just talk about, I think there was some residual damage from Jasmine and I doing the first task and people being suspicious about us having an idol, and in retrospect, I didn't do it. And one was, I genuinely didn't want to do it to start with, and then I wasn't sure. Well, I was pretty sure. My subconscious told me that I couldn't do it with Jasmine. That wasn't somebody that I could do that task with. And that's not a reflection on Jasmine. It's just a reflection on my take on how we would work together.
Sure.
And I think that was justified when we went back and we then had to tell people what our challenge was. And,
There was a bit of a misalignment.
I quickly was really uncomfortable with how that conversation was being handled. And I just moved away from it. And in the end, I just chopped it and killed it and just went, no, that's not what happened. We were offered this, but we chose not to do it. And there was some residual thought on that. Mushy brought that up and she thought there was something going on, and that was only going to get traction. Like some of the others could have, not saying it in their reviews, but I think there was subconsciously probably that lands, and it mightn't come out now, but it's sitting there, and that might have been.
So how do you think then, if you could go back in time, it's so easy to say things with hindsight, but you talk about that residual carry-on effect. How do you then build trust in that situation, or how do you get that threat that's kind of lingering off your back?
You just try to be honest, and that's what I did, and I really had to push off of Jasmine and go, where we don't have an alliance, and my story had to be quite contradictory to hers, and so that people had some juxtaposed content to deal with and make their own decisions.
Yeah,
funny, isn't it?
And going back to my other question then, I guess, because it alludes to, I guess, you meeting Jasmine at Battleback area. How was that? Like, what was your plan to were you going to talk to her? Were you trying to work with her? Or were you like, nah, I've got to win this? Like, what are you thinking?
I had no idea what we were walking into, and I didn't know if it was just you given the opportunity or whether it was a group thing. I mean, you are given nothing other than a sweeping statement. You're off to have a second chance. So you're just not sure. Should we move into that? Moving in there and straight into Jasmine? Do you want to talk about that now?
Well, I guess I just want to know about your Battleback experience in general. Did you go in there going, yeah, I want to win this, or were you a bit deflated, or did you go, if I do win this, and I go back into the game, I want to spite these people, or I want to work with these people? I guess for me, I've never experienced this in season 1, so we didn't have that Battleback area. So I'd really like to know what your headspace was.
My headspace was get this done, get back in.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get back in and go deeper than I did last time, which I didn't.
Yeah.
So massive fail there, but anyway, so that was my thoughts going in.
You guys looked pretty steady in that challenge. Yeah, sorry. You guys looked very steady in that challenge, though. Singing along to White Christmas and things like that. But I probably just have one more question for you, Simon, and that is, in the game, you mentioned this is a game of second chances. There was multiple second chances in different ways for different people, and that includes yourself. So overall, what has been, I guess, your experience with Survivor Canberra, and what are your parting words for the people at home watching, the fans that love you and wanted you to come back?
My overall experience of the game is I'm still a filthy casual, and I've got no idea what I'm doing. And I just tried a different strategy. I was really motivated to try and go further. And when we got into the Battleback, I fought needlessly the whole time, just to find what we needed to find to get back. And I was still talking. I mean, I had to had to talk to people that you'd cut their throat, and you have to, and you're getting other people that you've still got to maintain these relationships, even though you're in the first cut. So you're still a reserve waiting to get called up again. So you're just trying to get back in, really. And as far as fans go, not that I expected I'd have any, but
you
look,
absolutely do, Simon. There's a reason you were asked back. The fans wanted you back.
Well, thank you. That's most gracious of you and very kind of an old man. But anyway, look, you have to play the game to realise how fast these things are and how much work it is. And you couldn't use the same strategy every time because it just wouldn't work, because the group dynamic's so different. I mean, and it's... Look, the first time I played this game, I was, building props and got a call up at the last second. It was like, okay, whatever. I like running around and lifting stuff. That'll do me.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I'm into this complex web of there's lies and deceit and people talking and looking you in the face and smiling and then doing completely the opposite thing. And I was gutted when I was stabbed in the heart when I got voted off the first time. This time I was prepared, and I don't know if you saw it, but I had my head down. I knew I was going. As soon as it was Mushy and me and a revote, I was like, damn, I really wanted to go further and play longer and go deeper and see what you could actually do. But I just don't have the strategy for it, and I like watching it. I don't take a lot of notice of when I play the games. My wife is so into it, it's insane. And I think she needs help. But look,
balance in every relationship.
I know when she's playing me, I call her on it because you go, okay, I know what's going on here. So look, if you're sitting on the brink and you're not sure, just throw yourself headlong in, which is what I did. I just jumped in at the deep end and drowned a couple of times. But anyway, such is life.
Great parting words, though, Simon. I think that is the goal in Survivor. As you said, it changes every time depending on the group of people. But I think throwing yourself in and just having fun, and the fact that we get to live out some of these dreams, these Survivor dreams that we all have in different ways through this LRG community.
Charlene, I met people that I never would have ever met, like yourself, because our paths just wouldn't cross. I'm in building and construction. It's a totally different world to most of you white collar guys, and I actually have formed some really genuine friendships with a lot of people. We sat down all together here, most of the people at the premiere, and I went along thinking, this will be all right. And I had an absolute hoot catching up with people, watching what's happening. You get to relive the moment. I mean, I even made an orca reference. Still thinking of you, bud.
I love that so much. I'm so glad that you are part of this community, Simon, and it's been such an honor getting to know you and to watch your game. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Charlene, for your very generous words.
Apparently my microphone is muted, so I
was like, why am I not talking?
We're going so well.
Like 2 minutes of silence. That's all you get.
What did you think of that? Lots of Big Simon fans commenting as we were speaking there.
The fans are coming through.
Absolutely.
I got voted out by a marine animal. Iconic. It's like, obviously he's very reflective of the game, and he did outline how he had a massive target on his back coming in. We kind of, even in our cast assessment and stuff, we highlighted that as well. So I think he probably did the best he could under the certain situations. I think, like, upon reflecting now, he kind of wishes he was a bit more passive maybe that might have got him a little bit further. But like, he played how he wanted to play, so he should be proud of how he did it.
Absolutely. And speaking of people that should be proud of how they played, we have a couple more people who have come all the way from the Battleback area to speak with us tonight. So we'd like to welcome Ben and Jasmine to the podcast.
Hey.
Ben, you look grown up.
Yeah, without the bucket hat on. He's got his luscious locks out for everybody.
Don't look. How are you three?
Yeah,
We're
good.
going great, but tonight's all about you guys. Jasmine, I want to ask you a question first. You were just messaging me about getting stabbed in the heart and Simon's words there. What were you thinking when you said that?
Well, tail end when Simon, what did he say? Oh, you know, someone might say one thing, but they'll do something different. My heart sunk, I must say, Simon, because that's exactly what everyone else did to me. I'm still a bit salty, but I understand that it was part of the game. And if it wasn't me, it would probably be some other poor soul.
Yeah, it's so hard, as I said, in like a short version game of Survivor, but you know, those emotions are real. So I guess we got some questions coming through as well, and somebody said, if you got back into the game, who are you working with and who are you targeting? And I think just going off those emotions that you're talking about and feeling like, you know, people obviously blindsided you and they stabbed you in the back there, who would you go after if you did get back into the game?
Well, it wouldn't be Simon because he's too cool, calm, collected. He knows how to use his words well. Ben, you are a bit of a wild card, so it'd be easier to throw you under the bus.
Yeah. I was going to say I'd probably work with you if we both got the opportunity to go back in. Yeah, I don't know. I think you kind of bond over the shared trauma of getting voted out early in the game, even though, sorry, I was a part of your vote out, Jasmine. But I don't know. I think it's kind of fun because you kind of throw it all on the table and you all kind of rant over what happened and bond over that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have that shared experience with some other people. But I don't even think there was an opportunity for us to have multiple people coming back. So
I think for me, I feel like my downfall was pairing up with Simon, thinking that we could both do that challenge and not having that one-on-one time with other people, I think.
Do you regret not taking the opportunity to get an advantage now, like watching it back, or are you happy with your decision?
Do I regret it? Yes, a little bit. Now I can sort of see all of those glimpses with other people sort of slightly looking back. I don't think they were looking back at the idol. They were looking at me to see whether I would take it. And then that would make the next move.
It's like that classic Survivor conundrum where you actually ethically do the right thing, but then like no one kind of believes you anyway. So it's like, do you just run the gauntlet and run it or hope that they believe you? So it's a sticky situation that you guys will put in from the get-go.
We have a question.
Rose, putting my name out there. I was like, Rose, I would never have thought it was you. Oh my gosh.
It's always the ones you least suspect, right? We have a question here for Ben, though, from Ma, which is, what is the best strategy to stop your balls from separating?
yeah, so thanks for the question, Ma. I really appreciate it. Great question as it is. And I think it takes a serious answer for a serious question, and that's you just got to hit the right note when you're singing. And like I feel like if you hit that right note, especially in the environment you're in, it really like.
Is that for the high or the low notes?
Well, yeah, I don't think I hit the right note, so I think I tried a little bit low, tried a little bit high. Maybe I need to go higher. So I would say in probably in the post game I would have been practicing, and I think I was trying some really high notes, and I think they would have. So that would probably be my strategy, given a second chance.
I did very much, as I said earlier, Ben, enjoy your rendition of White Christmas, and that Simon even joined in. But Jasmine, was that distracting for you? You and Haley were like very serious and very concentrated during that time.
Oh my gosh. At that point, I thought Ben's going to drop it. He's just all over the place. And Simon, you were a bit more mature than everyone else. So I thought he has no chance. It was between Haley and I, and Ben just kept singing, destroying my concentration. And here I am trying to calm my nerves, and he's singing all over the place. And as soon as I dropped my ball, I was so, Ben, oh my gosh, I could hit you right now.
It wasn't calming, like listening to sleep music as you're trying to drift off, like put you in a Zen mode. I
In
found it
another
quite
lifetime, it could have been.
therapeutic.
So Ben, I have another question for you, and that's the same question I asked Jasmine earlier as well, which is if you did get back in because you were robbed, you were both robbed, who would you be targeting and who are you working with? Obviously, you had your Croissant 4 alliance. Are you going back to them? Are you doing something different? What's the plan?
Yeah, I think, well, if everything happened the way it did still, I think that my goal would be to take out the people who voted me out. And yeah, all the people that I was working with ended up on the other tribe. So I think I would have found myself working with them again. Would have been cool, I think, to link up with Mark. I remember chatting to Mark a bit during the challenge when we were waiting. So I think potentially there was an opportunity for us to team up. And then honestly, Maddie too, because I feel like if I was to get back in and go back to that tribe, like I feel like Maddie had a similar experience in her season where she kind of got flipped on. So I think potentially that would have been a good opportunity for us to link up and make something happen.
We also had another question, which is what is one move you would have made? If you could do things differently, what would that one move be? I'll go to you again, Ben, and then we'll go back to you, Jasmine.
For me, it would have been, I think, just solidifying a bit better with Mushy, because I feel like I threw her name out to save myself, but then also needed Mushy to survive. And it kind of put me in this weird situation where everything just didn't kind of align the way it needed to. But I think if I really locked in with Mushy and we had a good conversation, potentially that vote could have actually sent Jordan home. But I think we were just so disheveled as a three, Rose, Mushy, and I, that we all ended up on different pages. And then we slowly kind of, ended up not doing so well after that.
It is a very fast-paced game as well. So being able to all get on the same page when there's like multiple names out there looks like it would be a tricky thing to kind of navigate.
And yeah, same question for you, Jasmine. What is the one move that you would have made? If you could go back and change one thing, what's that one move that you would have made?
Not be in a duo partnership with Simon, I think, and having the two people to bounce off.
Yeah, and like, sorry, you go, Tuddy.
Did it cross your mind when they first started breaking up groups about the numbers, or was that something you kind of caught on to a little bit later?
I caught on to a bit later after talking with Simon what we should or shouldn't do, the possibilities. I can definitely see why I was a bit of a wild boar for Simon, wanting to potentially throw people off. If I went into like a 3 group, then could have spread my doubts about other people.
Yeah, there's a lot more places to hide as well when there's more in the group. It's like safety in the herd.
Yeah, for sure.
I have another question for you, Jasmine, and correct me if I'm wrong. Did you write Rose's name down during your vote?
I can't remember, honestly. I think so.
I think you did, and I guess my question was why? Like, what was that reason? Why that specific person? I personally just couldn't work it out, but I just thought, while we have you here, that might be a good one for you to answer.
I think originally it was going to be Mushy, but that was too obvious. And with the way people's discussions with me went, Mushy was the obvious choice and we wouldn't vote for her. And then Rose's name came up a few times in conversation. So I thought I would go with someone who may have had their name in the ring a few times.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you remember who was throwing Rose's name around, or like it's a distant memory also?
No, I can't for the life of me. I'm trying to figure it out, but no, I can't.
We've got Nick Otter, who is giving a question to you both. We'll go back to you, Ben. If you could compare your game to an animal, what would it be?
What, sorry?
Can't take orca.
I won't take orca. I don't think I was very orca. But I think more like Tasmanian Devil, but like the Looney Tunes one.
Yeah.
About my game.
What about you, Jasmine?
Well, the first animal that came to my mind was a seal. I don't know why. I just thought, ooh. Went behind the scenes in that dark, depressing forest. I thought, oh, it could be a bit of a laugh, but seal was the first thing that came to mind for me.
Well, speaking of things that were a laugh in the Grasslands of Gloom, we have to address the writing on the wall, which everyone wants to know about. How did you come up with this scheme of the kangaroo poo?
I think I'm here at the end anyway. I could be voted out. Why not just play with it? Whoever comes after me. So the most obvious thing I could see was poo of some sort. So I thought I'd group the poo together, put it on the scroll and said I found it like that, and thought the next person that comes, I think it's related to animal droppings or an animal of some sort. I'm not sure if we're supposed to find a paw print. God bless Hayley.
It did gain traction with Hayley. Yeah.
Oh, and the cast members, the volunteers were great. They made me see the really funny side, and I wasn't that loopy playing with kangaroo poo while I was there all alone all this time. And then as soon as Simon came and I described it to him, I thought, he can't take a joke. He's probably going to think I'm lying, but I was so happy when I saw him because I thought, yeah, you were supposed to have my back there. You never did. Now you're here.
The last laugh.
Yeah.
That recap too. Did you guys see that? It's got like almost 500 likes and like 900 shares on Instagram.
The what one?
The kangaroo poo.
Yeah, it's great. It's my favorite scene, like from the whole first episode. It's like you have like the epic start where it like flashes through everything, and then it's like the kangaroo poo. I'm like, yeah, that stole the show. It's great.
Yeah, you definitely set up the good humor we needed in that.
Do you know what, Ben? I wish, like, knowing how weird, wackily funny you were, you came in first instead of Hayley.
We would have had fun.
We would have got so much content out of that, and you would probably have done some weirder things with the kangaroo poo.
We could have buried it.
He looks like a guy that would do some weird stuff with poo.
That knows deceiving.
I'm glad this is my legacy. Thanks, Tuddy.
I wouldn't know. Obviously, in a very short version of Survivor, an episode can only go for so long and it can only cover so many things. What is one thing that you wish that the fans could see about your game? Something that you said or something that you did? I'll go to you first, Ben.
I think everyone got to see my game, which is really fun. Like, I kind of said how I was feeling. I kind of threw all my eggs in every direction when it came my way, and so like
cards were getting thrown out of the sleeves.
Yeah, it's going pouring everywhere. It's like the wind picked up, everything went flying. But yeah, no, I think it was just a lot of fun, and like I kind of got my full experience in just a couple of episodes, so I can't be like too upset with it. Like I feel like I was a bit of a screen hog at points too, so like just that was really fun. Yeah.
We did
Love
love
to
your
learn that.
narrations. Your confessionals are top tier.
Your
What about
storyteller.
you, Jasmine?
Mine was very short-lived. I feel like I had my fun in the booming, depressing grasslands. That was my fun with the poo. And then seeing Simon get voted out by his tribe, told you, still love that. Haley deserved to win. Being voted out first sucks because you feel like you're back in school where no one likes you. But again, it's the game. If it wasn't me, it'd be someone else. I would have liked to have survived a bit longer, but who knows? If there's another chance to play Survivor, I might do it with a bit more knowledge behind my back.
We've
It's
got
great that you guys
one.
have such a good attitude.
Sorry?
So it's great that you both have such a great attitude about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
if the returning like Battleback challenge was to say Grasslands of Gloom 10 times really fast, do you think you'd still be there?
I wouldn't.
We can try.
Yeah.
Hell,
Go now.
You should just put 10 returnees right there in Grasslands of Doom and battle it out.
Grasslands of Doom, that's so much better.
wasn't very gloomy.
Yeah.
Clear skies.
I have one last question for you both, but before I go and ask that, I just wanted to check with you, Taddy. Did you have anything you wanted to ask either Ben or Jasmine?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ben if he's eaten a croissant since.
Like ever? Have
Yeah.
I? Yeah, I mean, when it's not stale and I don't know, like I love an almond croissant. I love a ham and cheese croissant. Like it's
It sounds
delicious.
like you need filling in your croissant.
What
You're
if
not
you
okay with
just-
just a standard plain dry croissant.
Yeah, I think it's
Feel like-
also just like maybe the aroma of a century egg being nearby is just not something. Like I don't know if it ever made the edit. There was definitely a shot of me like smashing it with my hand, but when I smashed it with my hand, it got stuck.
The juice.
all over my hand, like it was.
staining.
So it was just like sitting there the whole time, and every time I grabbed anything, it was like straight up my nose in terms of the smell. And yeah,
Gag. Made me gag then.
I didn't think it would make me gag. I was so surprised by not being able to do that at all. But it was just unintentionally just emerging from the back of my throat.
So like Coles doesn't compare to Loon. You're like in fancy Melbourne.
Yeah, well, I've recently moved to Melbourne, so it's like I have a really sensitive palate now. No, I don't think I think it's Canberra. It's the air in Canberra that really gets into the croissant and changes.
Dries everything out.
Yeah, it
The
does.
fact that Liv has entered the chat, I think, says everything about this whole situation.
Liv is going to defend those croissants till the day she dies. It's the only thing
And
she pipes in and says. Anytime someone mentions the croissants, like Liv just pops up. Love it.
I'm sorry, Liv. It's not personal. The croissants just weren't it. They were just not good. Yeah, there's like 7 people who can verify that those croissants were horrible.
Are they all from Melbourne? That's what I'm hearing.
Close to Melbourne. There's Sydney people around, and yeah. Wait, how many people were in Melbourne though? Maybe it is.
Imagine the Melbourne Alliance now.
I was.
Yeah.
I was full Brisbane when this was made.
That's why
Yeah.
you were voted out.
Oh, be careful what you say, Jasmine. Some of us still live in Brisbane. I can vote you off the podcast. I wouldn't do that to you. All right. I have just one final question for you both. And that is, what is one takeaway that you have that you can give us and share with us from your experience in Survivor Canberra Season 4?
Ben,
I'll go
if your
you
response
first,
is not a
Jasmine.
song.
You can do a song. You can interpretive dance. We're open.
No, sorry. No, I'm not going to dance. I'm gonna say that for me, I think it's just about knowing how fast the games are, knowing how like little of an opportunity you have. So just putting it all out there and trying to make everything you want to happen as quickly as possible. I think that when you like get things done early, then you take off the pressure of having to get to a certain point or play a certain way, and you can just kind of enjoy the experience rather than worrying, staying back, not getting to do anything you want, and then going home and kind of regretting it. So I think that's kind of how I wanted to play and how I felt like it came across. So if anyone wants to play a game like that, just go hard out of the gate, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but you'll have a better experience because of it.
Such an insightful young man.
What can I say? It's what I do.
But apparently he doesn't look so young anymore, according to Jasmine's account. Like,
Hey.
I'll shorten my hair, shave my mustache, and be
I think it's the no bucket school hat.
Yeah, I could do like bring my cap back.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
oh dear.
Great.
Oh no.
Much better.
And with that, I will go to you, Jasmine, for the final question. What is your one take-home message of your experience from Survivor Canberra Season 4?
It made my heart race, that's for sure. Very anxious at times, but all in all, overall, very fun. And if I were to play Survivor again, I think I would try and be a more ropeable character where people think they can persuade me, throw names out there from the get-go, plant ideas in other people's minds. Yeah.
Love that. Well, we will see what the future has to hold for both of you. Thank you so much for making time during your busy schedules to chat with us and unpack all things about your Survivor Canberra journey. Really appreciate it. And it's been a joy watching you both.
Yes.
Thanks for having us. It was good fun.
Thank you so much.
Nice sound effects. Perfect.
Love that.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, they were an absolute joy.
It's great to get a better insight into their games too,
Yeah.
and being able to ask them the questions that people have.
Absolutely.
And they both
Absolutely.
have such a good attitude about, like, I know, like for some people going early could be devastating, but they both have such a good outlook on their experience and taking the positives of the game.
Yeah, I agree. It was nice to know that they both had like really positive things to say, even though they unfortunately went home early and they got voted off early. They got that full, they still made it fun. Despite the stress and despite the chaos, they still had a lot of fun with it, which I really love to see as well. And I just love that they're willing to share their experience as well with us. It's so nice for them to make that time and to talk about it. I think, as you said, Tutty, it's just so different hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. So if anyone has questions for future players that will unfortunately get eliminated as we watch a show, send them through to Survivor Canberra and we will make sure that we answer them during the podcast as well.
Cool. So I suppose that ends we're still continuing with Grasslands of Gloom, but in its first iteration, we don't know how much longer it's going to go on. Yeah. I was guessing that it would be over after this, but it's continuing. So
I was thinking that too, and I was thinking back, to season 3. Obviously, they had a battle back every single episode, but this is a little bit different this time. So I wonder if they'll, just do one more. Like, will they make it to merge, or will it be before merge? Definitely keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, exactly. My guess was wrong. So I love being able to. It's not a predictable season.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I suppose we'll continue with the episode. We're already an hour in. Like these are supposed to be an hour, but obviously we just had 3 people to interview. So I feel like when we do have multiple interviews, if that happens, I'm not even sure. We're not sure what happens either, but I'm guessing those episodes are going to go for a little bit longer, giving them an opportunity to kind of share, which is nice as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of, obviously, the fans at home, you might have questions or things for us to discuss. So if you do keep commenting, obviously we'll keep it top of mind to talk about what you guys want to talk about and hear about.
Cool. So where are we off to next?
Should we go to the vote?
Yeah. Did we want to quickly touch base on that challenge? What did you think of the challenge?
We have not talked about the challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry. That is
I know, like, we probably want to get more towards the end because we probably need to start wrapping up soon. But I just wanted to touch base on the challenge and also live on the solo host.
Oh, I know, that was so fun. I love that Daniel had his moment over at Grasslands of Gloom, and I keep calling him Daniel, Dan, sorry.
Divide and conquer.
And Liv, like Liv's just a queen, just owning her space. I loved it.
Nailed it.
Absolutely. There was a lot of people for her to be like commentating on at the same time. I was like, there is no way I could be doing that. I can't even do this.
And a lot going on too, because it's like there was a slide puzzle going on. There were people checking stuff and there were people communicating with the locks. So it's a lot to try and keep track of as well.
There were so many different stages of that challenge. It was so fun.
I loved it. Just like little plastic dinosaurs made their feature in the Survivor Challenge.
I really wanted to know what Bree and Anthea were talking about, though, because obviously they both finished the puzzle quite early. Before
and the editing with that as well, like just like snapping back to them, like sitting down, and like the transitions, that was like done perfectly. Just like let us know that it was going on for a long time.
100%. I'm sure they had some juicy goss. So if Anthea or Bree, you are in the chat, let us know what you were discussing, because I'm sure there was some strat chat there. But the unlocking situation, like that looked so chaotic. And it looked, I think, I remember Bree said a few episodes ago on the Backbenchers podcast that it was around 35 degrees that day. And it looked like, just based on people's what they were showing in the challenge, like the heat of the day was definitely or it was done in the heat of the day. So I feel like heat's getting to people, lack of food is getting to people, things are starting to unravel a little bit.
Blows the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Those slower challenges, though, are a good opportunity to have a chat with people as well. So we are starting to see some. Aston said she had a good strat chat with Delhi mid-challenge. I suppose when it starts to slow down, there's not much else to do. So it is a good opportunity. Delhi's shining in here too.
What were you guys talking about? Can you share? I mean, don't spoil anything if it affects the next episode, but tell us what you're talking about if it does have any say in this episode. It wasn't 35 degrees. That's so funny. I love how people talk about the rice, like, oh, it was defrosted rice. It was a stale croissant. It was 35 degrees. And like Liv and Dan are just in the DMs just being like absolute lies.
No, I know what that rice tastes like, the unmicrowave rice. It's terrible. I've tried it before. So I stand by that.
Will did what? What did Will do?
Well, Derek's saying Will was in his sabotage. Did he try and throw the challenge, like knowing that there was...
Oh, seriously? Who did he want to get rid of? Actually, don't tell us.
Oh,
I didn't realize I had the decor dinosaur for so long. That is so funny. I was wondering, like, at what point, like, how many iterations do you have to go through to realize that you're on one of the decoys?
Yeah, well, there's only one decoy as well, so it makes it a little bit harder. It's like a different aspect. But we did see like the slide challenge get completed way before the dinosaur aspect as well. I thought it was going to be the opposite way around and like be an epic showdown between Bree and Anthea.
Yes, you would think it would be done right at the end, but they just nailed it. And Anthea was done so fast as well.
Oh, Bree did it before Anthea.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Brie. I got
Bree
that
killed
wrong.
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm getting confused. Deli's saying she attempted to explain the challenge to Sab from season 3 when
Shout
they
out
were
to
watching
Sab.
on Friday. I could not explain it. Yeah.
So we counted these dinosaurs and then put a number in a lock while someone else was sliding puzzle pieces. Yeah, it's a weird one to explain.
It kind of looks simple when you're watching it, but I could tell obviously the fact that everybody was like struggling, that I was like, it's clearly not that simple. Derek was freaking out and swapped with Adele because he didn't want to get the blame if they'd lost. And as soon as they swapped, Will said one of them may be wrong and we worked it out.
I'm pretty sure Liv clearly said in her description that there was a decoy one.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Of the creatures. I love the creatures as well.
I guess like it's like that's what I was like. I wonder how many iterations you kind of have to go through to work out that like which one is the decoy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but
Really
then people probably like, I don't have the decoy, like mine's right. And it's like, then you have to work out actually who has it.
I'm obsessed with Liv coming in with the receipts. Like she did say several times.
I'm backing you up, Liv. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, good croissants, sorry. Good croissants and good hosting. Nailing it.
To be fair, though, like when I played in season 1, like there would be times where Dan and Liv would be saying stuff like mid-challenge. And because you're like so in it, you're just, especially in a challenge where like there's a whole group of you, right? Let's just say there's 6 to 8 people. Like there's only so many things you can get in your mind. Like totally irrelevant to season 4.
It must
but
be hard. You just hear your name.
Yeah, I remember like there was this challenge where I was blindfolded and there was someone calling out where I should go. And at the time I was walking directly past Dan and Liv, so I couldn't hear the caller. And I just told them to shut up, which I now know is very rude. And they're just trying to make a show and content.
Charlene, going the wrong way again. Charlene, super slow. Nowhere near her puzzle piece.
Genuinely.
Okay, we should probably move on to off the challenge. I'm glad I derailed us there for a little bit, but it was good to talk about because there actually is a bit of information there that we might not have known otherwise.
Absolutely. And again,
I suppose maybe Mushy taking the totem is the next big thing that happens.
Mushy going to Desperation Station. I just loved that this woman just so casually, so calmly just walks up. Janine and Aston are like, oh.
With authority too.
Yeah.
She
knew what she was going for.
And to be honest, it looked like she may have been going home if she didn't do it. So probably like potentially game-saving move.
Absolutely. Such a game changer.
I think Aston was like only a second behind her as well. Like he had like his eyes locked on that thing. And that's what I said from the first episode. I'm like, is someone going to use this as a defensive move? Like, I don't think Aston needed it, but it looked like he was going to use it to try and stop her from using it.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I've actually seen it get used. I didn't realize that it wasn't revealed until after the vote, which is like super game changing as well.
I know.
Yeah, I thought it would be maybe before the vote and then they'd read it, but it's after the vote. So that
I low-key love that level of mystery though.
Yeah. Exactly. Because it's like, are people going to be ballsy enough to vote for them and it may not potentially pay off, or is it better to go the second vote? And it's going to be a more interesting dynamic when there's like less people and it starts to turn to someone in your alliance. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to this twist. I think maybe like later down the track as well, because I think it's going to expose a lot of things that people wouldn't be forced to show their hand like straight up necessarily.
Yeah. I feel like as well, you know, it can be a bit of a bluff move as well. Like even if you like you're just going for it, or like you want to put like a pin in someone's plans as well. Like, yeah, It's going to be really interesting. And I think now that it's actually been played and someone's actually gone to the desperation station, I feel like it's going to happen a lot more now. It was just like waiting for one person to do it, and Mushy was the one.
Aston said he wouldn't have taken it, but like Aston also looked like me at Costco hanging around the free sample section. Like, I don't know. He had those eyes.
Yeah, because I feel like Janine and Aston were the only ones nearby, right? And they were definitely just watching. Like, it's like they wanted to intervene, but then they were just kind of watching it unfold. I don't know. Aston, you can tell us if we're wrong, but you did say in the comments that Mushy bolted there. She didn't catch. She looked so calm and collected on TV.
That power walked.
Yeah.
Well, like Rose didn't even clock it either, which is unfortunate because it would have been, it could have been a whole different outcome as well. I suppose it's just the intensity of the game. Sometimes those things might slip your mind.
Absolutely. And I mean, she's going to overdrive because she's a strategy queen. She knows how this game goes. She's obviously got previous experience, as she said, being swap screwed. So this is front of mind to her. So she's probably just going, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
Where can I put a wedge in people's alliances? How can I make
without
sure
seeing the thing like right in front?
Yeah, exactly. So she's probably going into overdrive and has kind of missed that level of detail, which I get. Like, I mean, I wouldn't get that level of detail on a good day, let alone if I knew that I was potentially going home.
Oh, I completely get that. And Will's like reiterating what we're saying as well, that it's easy to forget it exists when it's right in front of you. Like when you've got other things to be focusing on too.
Yeah.
And
100%.
that's the thing as well. Like even to use it, you got to have like this certain or uncertain feeling. Are you going to be going home or are you not going to be going home? But I feel like the writing was on the wall there for Mushy and for Rose. Even Bree just blatantly saying, like, you better hope she doesn't win the totem. Like, love the directness of it, but like it's basically putting the writing on the wall for you as well.
Yeah, so it'll be a really interesting next episode. Like, I wonder if Red's going to win the challenge because it's very clear. Like, they've drawn the line in the sand. Like, they've voted out Rose now. They voted out Ben. There's only one remaining OG Blue Tribe member on there. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Unless Mushy can
Mushy survive again.
Can Mushy survive? She keeps coming back, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's like, has she gotten votes every single tribal she's been at?
I think so, yeah. Except I can't remember. Did Jasmine vote for Mushy or Rose? I think she voted. I feel like it might have been Rose.
Rose, yeah. Actually, the first vote was unanimous, so yeah.
Yeah, but then I think
since then,
every other one since then has been Mushy. So yeah.
Except one episode.
Derek's just clarified that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, hopefully Red won't lose next time because I feel like they keep going back to Tribal Council. It's time for Blue to go to Tribal Council. Give us something.
We do love like the creating an underdog though as well. Like I feel like when people's backs up against the wall, they're the kind of people I go for. In the game, it's like, so I don't know. Even if it is a wash of wins by a certain team, it still creates this underdog story, which I like. So I think I still like those shots, not necessarily going for anyone.
What I don't understand this comment. Aston has said, "Where's Eden when you need him?" What happened in season?
The stats like to say how many votes he has.
Yes, that's a good question. Clearly not.
In the house. Good at stats, not great at cooking.
No fried avocado here.
We're the opposite.
Jordan, I understand. Tribal Council scare me too. Do not worry. I don't know anyone that feels comfortable going to Tribal Council. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Loves it. He said it in his first episode. He's like, I want to go to Tribal. Like, get me to Tribal.
Yeah, that
Rose as well said it as well.
I mean, it's definitely like you're not playing Survivor unless you're going to Tribal Council. So I get that, but you know,
is it foreshadowing?
Yeah, maybe they loved it too much.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Thank you, everyone, for clarifying the one thing that I couldn't see. I appreciate everybody clarifying that Eden needed to be here for the stats. Daniel has said, Liv and I are so friendly. Come join us. Even just you saying that scares me, Daniel. Jordan also doesn't mind going to travels until his name comes out. Well, I don't think we've seen your name come out, so you're all good.
Yeah, we have seen his name come out. Ben's vote.
Oh. You know what? I might just quit. You guys don't need me here
We
anymore.
just need to stop talking stats. It's like we're so
It's too
focused on
much.
episode 4 that everything else is.
The fact that I could remember, you know, how long Survivor US and Australia went for, like, that's my capacity. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap up tonight? I might not get asked to host this podcast again.
It's been
Fans, if you
last
want me to
time we
stay,
were on
let us know.
together. Well, last time we were on together, I thought they would not let us back on.
I know,
as a
it's
duo.
wild.
I thought maybe they would have had to have some sort of like moderator or mediator.
Yeah, an adult.
But here we are again.
Here we are again. I hope
It
the
may be
fans
the
will
last
love
time.
it because I don't think I'm going to get asked to come back. So
Hey, I love the combo. I love that someone would just go off on a tangent with me.
Just two highly unmedicated people.
Exactly. And late at night. It's exactly what you want.
Did Charlene have a few? Who is Sag? I can't even say that. Sag 84. Well, there's so many numbers. I did not have a few. In fact, I haven't had a few for weeks. I don't think. This is just standard
the Lulu
me.
phase.
I don't know who you are, Saggy84, but if you know me, you know that this is just what I'm like. Tuddy and Charlene are just a hoot and a half when they're together. Oh, we're better when we're with you, though, Ashley. One, you're an adult, and two, you're just fun.
One, you're an adult.
Someone keeps us in line.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
signature.
Oh, signature. Ah, yes. Okay. Well, I see why.
Signature, this is for you.
Just
Big
for
bubbles.
you. Unfortunately,
Preview of next week. Oh my lord, I'm getting pins and needles.
This is a mess.
Preview of next week. Okay. Well, we haven't seen the preview of next week, but I suppose predictions for next week. Obviously, we know that Rose is going to the grass. See, I was saying how easy it was to say before. The grasslands of gloom. And Haley's still there, so we'll see. Do you reckon like any more advantages? Oh, I forgot about
actually
Jasmine's little advantage legacy as well.
Advantage.
We'll probably find out next week. Who do you think she'll will it to? I think she'll will it to Haley just based on the underdog. Well, we can't ask her because it'll be in next week's ep. They're creating suspense, Charlie.
Sorry.
It's how editing works. You can't filter us, but you can filter everything else.
I'll just bow out. You
predictions for who she will her
I've got nothing left.
Okay.
My prediction is that I won't get asked to come back and host. That's my only prediction.
Does anyone else have any other questions other than is Charlene drinking?
Daniel, yes, thank you for clarifying that it's all going to be next week's episode. We're just really excited. We're so excited that we forgot to upload the preview. So sorry.
Is the preview out yet?
Yes.
I haven't watched it because I only watched it today, and you know how it's not on the end of YouTube. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I can't give a...
We are so sorry, and we understand if you never want to see both of us just solo together on your screens again.
I think I need to sound effect for this.
Shall we wrap up, given that this has gone for an hour and 24 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience and your understanding. Hopefully, you could have a laugh at our expense. We may or may not be back next week. It probably will be somebody more mature, but hopefully you've enjoyed the last hour and a half as much as we have.
Yeah, enjoy getting to bed early. I think we're going to start doing these a little bit earlier now that AU Survivor's done, so probably around 7:30. So make sure you have your dinner before then, Will, so you're not
Make
having
sure
any
you cook the pasta before
electrical
then.
mishaps. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again. Maybe not in this combo, but in some iteration.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.